Since childhood, I had this mystical bond towards cars. And I would come to my dad's garage and I would see so many amazing cars. So I would spend a lot of time in the workshop just witnessing cars. I'm Suraj Bhalla, a professional car designer and the owner of Team Motorworks. I wanted to start my career in automobile engineering. I went to different schools. But the sad part about the school and the colleges back in the days was the technology what they were teaching you was like from the 1960s. So they were teaching you about engines from a Fiat and an Ambassador. Through some friends, I got to know there are really good courses in the US and in Australia. So I was fortunate enough to get myself enrolled in a college in Australia, in Melbourne. It was like a temple of knowledge for cars. When I was doing my engineering over there, the best thing about the Western world like Australia, America is once you get a certificate in your hand, you suddenly start earning a lot of money. So a lot of engineers, if you would have noticed, were always living in those countries. They never wanted to come back to India. I chose to come back to India. Now this was the time when I was completely ready. And as a kid, I was a great lover, a mental fan of the Ford Mustang. The information I was getting regarding this car was impossible, and I was seeing my dream completely drop down. So luckily, one fine day, I got a call from a classic car collector, and he said, Suraj, there is one Mustang in Film City, but you have to understand it's not a started car, it's a fully scrap. So if you're ready, go check it out. And I saw this car with hundreds of classic vintage cars just stacked on top of each other. And once I brought the car to the workshop, it only took us like 7 to 10 days to just clean the car, to get rid of all the dirt, the muck, because the car was abandoned for like 20 years. We started making the list about the imports because, we would not get anything of this car in India. So we were importing things from the States and doing the body work, the mechanical work, the engine work, cooling system, the brakes, the suspension. So everything put together, importing almost 100 to 200 parts for the car to get this car running. This car was my dream because if I had to establish myself in Mumbai, I had to create this diamond. When the car was out, the kind of love, the kind of energy we got from people just kind of grows and grows. Now I was seeing newer generation cars coming in the city, and I said, all right, now I can't have this old hag running, I want a complete new car. So we worked on a project where we imported a whole new engine from Australia. We imported an automatic gearbox. And the fun part about the car was this was originally a left-hand drive Mustang. So I had to re-engineer the complete angles of the car. So it was fun because it was very challenging and no one had done it before. Nobody in India. So that's why this car is very unique. So over the years, I've built 5-6 Contessas where I've made them from a 4-door car into a 2-door car, giving it shapes and contours like an American muscle car because it's a Hollywood dream. So one of my first interesting projects was in the early years of my career in Bombay was I designed a car for Abhishek Bachchan for this movie called Shararat. Then for Hrithik, I built a Mustang in 2002. My future plans of projects are where I'm building not cars this time, it's going to be more of toys. There's a very successful toy happening in the US called the Trike. So it's got one wheel ahead and 2 small Formula tires behind. And the best part about these Trikes are you can drift. I think every engineer is aiming for evolution. Every engineer, whatever he's doing in his workshop, in his backyard, he's creating evolution. It's just a matter of how much it gets connected with people. And also there's so much traffic over here that cars are no more fun in the city. So I think people should have an alternative now to get electric cycles, electric motorbikes and keep our environment relaxed.